Well, everyone, Jeffrey here again. It's Sunday afternoon, and today was the day I was supposed to be putting this. I had planned on putting this auxiliary drive unit together for the back of the 60 so I could finish up with that, and I just got lazy. And you'll have to excuse the road noise. There's a lot of traffic on Sunday afternoon. But I'm just going to do a little video, show you what I've been thinking about. But I do have to get at this. I'm going to tell you about what may be my next big project after I'm done with the 60 this fall. I had thought it was going to be this 1930 Buckeye, but I think I've changed plans a little bit. You can see this Buckeye was set up as a drag line because you can see the fair lead in there. Although there is a home-built shovel front for it, but I don't think I'd ever put it on here. Due to the fact that this has the original riveted lattice boom on it, and I'd like to keep it a drag line. And I have the home-built shovel front. I may have another use for it. The biggest issue with this Buckeye is this reversing shaft here. The multiple disc style clutches are all rusted solid, and the engine clutch housing, as you can see, is full of mouse nests, so that's all completely corroded solid. So disassembly would be very time consuming, although I hope to do it someday. And the engine is complete scrap. I do have another Waukesha engine for the Buckeye. It's a 6-cylinder instead of a 4. I'm sure it's a newer engine, but it did run when I got it a few years ago. So that's probably what will eventually wind up in the Buckeye. But I think I'm going to turn my attention to a different project at home here. Some of you may have seen in an older video that I have this speeder excavator. It came out of an auto salvage yard. And I've been thinking about this. And what got me thinking about it is the fact that I watched Frank at 73 Diamond Rio, and he's a shovel man. And he's kind of been egging me on about getting that link belt LS40 home that in some older videos you saw me get running. I've only been there once a year for the past 3 years. The issue with that one is it's 4 hours from home, and this one is at home, and I really want a shovel bad because I've never operated one. This is a speeder. They sold out the link belt in '39, I believe. I don't know what year this machine would be, and it looks very rough. As I say, when I saw it in auto salvage yard, I thought I was crazy first even thinking about it. But then I found a power unit for it. I have a Buddha 6-cylinder that came out of an excavator or a crane at another salvage yard that was getting cleaned up. When I got it, the engine turned and there was antifreeze in it. I hope the engine is still free because the can I have where the exhaust blew off once. So I think this winter I'm going to get it inside and get the head pulled off, see what shape the cylinders are in. That's one advantage though. All I know about is the engine, I guess, was very worn out, and sometimes all that oil has tendency to really save them. And a big plus to it is it has the clutch on the back, and it has a sprocket for a silent chain the same size as what's in the speeder. So hooking it up to the speeder in the speeder would be a reasonably simple job. So at any rate, this fall I will be digging this out of here and pulling the head off to see the condition of it. So I hope it didn't get tight, and if it did, that it didn't do much damage to the cylinders. Now I'm going to show you the shovel front. You probably can't see much of it here in the vegetation, but this is the home-built shovel front that was for the Buckeye, and I intend to use that on the speeder because I don't ever intend to put it on the Buckeye The major modification is it has to be made narrower at the base to fit onto the speeder, which shouldn't be too much of an issue. So when the vegetation disappears in the fall, I'll try and dig this out and get better pictures of all of this. And here you can see the driven sprocket for the silent chain to run the machinery. And one advantage of this over the Buckeye to make it easier to get to operate is I've actually rotated all the machinery when I acquired this machine about a dozen years ago, so I know it won't take much to get the machinery operating. And there's the original silent chain, and I also have the silent chain that came with the power unit and the chain case to cover the sprocket and chain, so, and the radiator. So other than rebuilding the engine, the driving of this machine, I mean, it's a lot of work, but it's all what I call reasonably simple work. So like I said, I think this has the advantage of being at home where I can go out and work on it anytime I want, versus, not that I don't want to get that link belt home from 4 hours away, I really do, but that might wait till next year just because it's so far away. Another thing about this machine is how easily you can see everything on it. There's the drive for the swing. This is the mechanism for the steering. I'm sure of that. And I believe I even had that moving when I moved the machine. And another interesting fact, this machine, has 3 drums. And I know that home-built shovel front was built to operate on a 2-drum machine without one of them being able to be reversed. So I believe you couldn't really crowd it into the bank very well, and it might be able to be shivved differently for better crowd operation. I'm thinking that's what there were 3 drums on this machine for, is for the crowd, 2 drums for the crowd in and out, versus having chain drive to it and a drum that is powered in both directions. So this is what you see of it. And also, as you can see, it has no glass windows. It has all, you can see the shutter there is closed. The shutter for the front is hinged down. It has all the sheet metal. The door is closed. When I realized it had all the sheet metal, although the back is all caved in, that is when I really started seriously thinking about this machine. So I may work on this so I get an operating shovel, because I really want an operating shovel. And as I said, this one is at home where I can go out and work at it anytime. I don't know if I mentioned it, but what got me thinking about this is Frank at 73 Diamond Rio. He's kind of been egging me on about getting that link belt speeder home from 4 hours away, and I really want a shovel. And he keeps showing shovel videos, so it stays in my mind. So tell me what you think if you'd like to see this as my next major project. And thanks again for watching. We'll see you this week. I hope to get the auxiliary drive unit on the 60 and run the crusher with it before I bring it home. Bye.